welcome to the first video of Mental Health Week 2K16. Woo! Let's add in some applause there. So today is the first day of Mental Health Week 2K16. You'll notice all of my videos this week, which I will have a video every day this week except for the last day of the week, if all goes to schedule. But every video this week will have a theme that was placed by Lake Kristen. At the end of every title, it will say hashtag MHW2K16. This is Mental Health Week, and it is an exciting time in the YouTube mental health community because it is time for us to raise awareness of mental illness all day, all week for a whole week, every day, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I'm very excited about this, and this is probably my first video as a normal video other than recovery vlogs, so I'm excited about that too. Anyway, today for the first video of Mental Health Week, we will be talking about how I personally spread awareness of mental illness, or mental health awareness. So the first thing I do is obviously blogging and video blogging. So I have my video blogs here on Shalom, and then I have my OCD blog that is separate on doitexposure.wordpress.com. Both of them I use a lot to spread awareness of OCD, but I really mean them to be for all sorts of mental illness. I just talk about OCD a lot because I find a lot of people don't talk about OCD, so I think it's needed. But those are ways that anyone can really join in and talk about mental illness. Their experiences or what they know about it or therapy or whatever. It's a really great platform. And you can even do it anonymously, so I think that's a really great way for other people to talk about it if they're not comfortable doing it with their name out yet. But yes, that is one way I spread awareness of mental illness. The next way is that I use class projects to talk about mental illness. The first time I did this was in my psychology class, so I was pretty comfortable with talking about mental illness because we're already talking about psychology. But I did that because I didn't want to do the assignment that I was supposed to be doing, but we had an option to also do a a presentation instead. So I used my presentation to talk about my experience with OCD. And after that, my professor actually really liked me. I think she liked me before too because I was a really good student in that class. But then at the end, she actually gave me an award, and I think that the presentation actually influenced that a little bit maybe. Yeah, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It was fun. To talk about mental illness and mental health in a real life setting rather than over the internet. Also, in my public speaking class, I used my first speech to talk about my experience with mental illness, and I actually put that up on my channel, so you can check that out. I will link it somewhere. And so that's another way I spread awareness of mental illness. I also use my Twitter and my personal Facebook page to talk about mental illness. Especially Twitter, I'll always be conversing with the mental health community on there and talking about different things that are going on in my life and in the world about mental illness. And it's a great way on Twitter to spread awareness of mental health, in my opinion. I also talk about it on Facebook, which yields less results because my Facebook friends really don't care about it. But then sometimes my parents will actually share my posts, and their friends tend to like it a lot more. I don't know why, maybe because they watched me grow up and they're all proud of me because I came so far from being a shy little girl to being this girl on the internet who's less shy on the internet. Another thing I do on Twitter is I use hashtags. So there are hashtags out there that are designed to spread mental health awareness, such as hashtag I am stigma free, which we will be using a lot this week during Mental Health Week. Another hashtag is hashtag I'm not ashamed, which was made by a woman named Rachel Griffin, and she does a lot to spread awareness of mental health. She's a wonderful woman, and I love this hashtag. So many people come around to hashtag their tweets with this and talk about why they're not ashamed of having mental illness, and I really love that. I also created a hashtag myself for this, which is hashtag Weird Thoughts Thursday. And I made that because as someone with OCD, I have scary, intrusive thoughts. But looking now as someone who's on her way to recovery from OCD, I can look back and I can see these thoughts, and I see them as something that's, they're silly. It's silly to think that touching a doorknob would make me sick. But we know that it's very, very scary to people with OCD, and in the moment it's very, very scary for me. So Weird Thoughts Thursday is really a way for people to come together, talk about their bad thoughts, and kind of decrease the stigma that bad thoughts are bad. That's really what CBT teaches us, is that thoughts are just thoughts, and having a thought will not make you bad, and having a thought does not mean it will come true. So looking at these thoughts in a lighthearted way has really helped me in my recovery, and I wanted to spread that to other people. And I've had multiple people message me saying how helpful Weird Thoughts Thursday has been for them, even if they don't participate. It's something that where hearing me talk about my weird OCD thoughts helps them feel better about their weird OCD thoughts. And you don't have to have OCD to participate. You can just tweet out any of your weird thoughts that you have. Like if you're like driving down the road and you have a thought that you might drive the car off the side of the road. That's a common OCD thought that people with OCD will get really freaked out about, but normal people have that too. It's actually a common normal people thought too. I hate that word normal, I don't mean normal, but neurotypical people also have that thought. And talking about our weird thoughts from neurotypical standpoints and from OCD standpoints will help people with OCD to get over that fear of their thoughts, because they see that everyone gets them. Anyway, next topic. I've been talking about this far too long. Another way I spread awareness is by participating yearly in the IOCDF, International OCD Foundation's OCD 5K walk. I love the IOCDF walk. It's so much fun. Such a blast. Last year I went, I vlogged about it. I posted a vlog about why I walk, and I posted a vlog about what happened while I was there and how much fun it was. And it was really a blast last year because I got to see all of my friends from Bradley Hospital, which is where I went to the OCD intensive outpatient program. And yeah, that was a blast. I can link those videos somewhere. But this year I will maybe have an announcement soon about the walk and where I'm going, to look out for that. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so look out for that, maybe, possibly. I'm not being obvious at all, am I? But yeah, it should be a fun time this year as well. And the OCD Walk is really such a great platform for people to spread awareness of mental health. It's such like a conversation starter. Like, people have walks for breast cancer, and I can't think of another one right now, but people have walks for all sorts of things, and it really raises awareness of that topic, and it brings attention, like, oh, people are walking 5K to raise awareness for this thing. It must be important. And it is important. So, that's the thing. The next thing I have on my list over here is sharing my story on other websites and being on podcasts and internet events to share my story. There are websites out there where you can spread your story. Telling your story on other websites can be very helpful because that's like a concentrated place where people go to hear OCD stories or mental health, depression stories, whatever. So if you guys are interested in telling your story and you don't quite know where to go, look up one of those places. For OCD, there's the OCDstories.com. Life's a Twitch, she's a YouTuber on here, and she does a thing where you can share your story on her website. And then Depression to Expression also has a thing on his channel where you can share your story, and it's a really great thing to do because other people are hearing that and they're being helped by that so much. I never knew the power that my story could have until I started sharing it. And then I saw how many people were helped by it, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. It amazes me every day how many people come to my videos and like, you just changed my life. I had no idea someone else felt the same way I did. So I guarantee you, someone else does feel the same way you do, and someone else will be helped by hearing that you feel the same way they do. In the future, I'd love to raise awareness by doing other public events. I don't know where, maybe speak at conferences or I don't know really yet. That's such a foreign world to me. Maybe I'd do a TED Talk or something, I don't know. But I would love to do something like that. I just don't know how. But someday, I believe I will be out there talking up a storm about mental health awareness in public rather than in front of a camera. Not that that's bad. Cameras, I'm all for talking to cameras. I'm a vlogger, come on. But yeah, this one way I'd love to raise awareness in the future, as well as writing books. I love writing, and I would love to write a book or two someday and talk about mental health. So yeah, I kind of added on to that like what I'd like to do in the future, but those are the ways I personally spread mental health awareness. How do you spread mental health awareness? Write it down in the comments, or even better, make a video for Mental Health Week and hashtag it with hashtag MHW2K16. Oh, there's glitter on me now. And then you'll be included in Mental Health Week, and it'll be super fun. and show me your video so I can see it. I don't know if I'll be able to watch everyone's video, like if everyone comments. I doubt I'll be able to watch everyone's, but I don't know, I'd love to see if you guys make a video and maybe I'll watch some of them. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I just want to remind you guys that this year for Mental Health Awareness, we are going to be raising money for charity, and we're going to be raising money for NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Is it of or on? I don't know. But it's NAMI, and they're an amazing organization that, like Kristen, personally is involved with, and she is the one who sets up Mental Health Awareness Week. So we'll be raising money for them, and I'll put her donation page down below. If you'd like to if you'd like to donate, then go and donate. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you feel moved to, go ahead. I'll put that down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all later on this beautiful Mental Health Week, and I can't wait for tomorrow's video. Bye! Hashtag weird thoughts.